Here's our little fun fact today. Today is the vaulted. It's the unvaulted. So we're going to showcase the entire battle pass from the beginning to the end. So we're going to begin with the review. At tier 1 you get some funds. At tier 2 you get a description tag. At tier 3 you get the whole something that you probably would see in your nightmares. At tier 4 you get a cool paint can. At tier 5 you get the XP booster. At tier 6 to 10 you get the general floor plan, the 10 intel, the new currency, 100 funds, the safe cracker genuine, and the genuine counter service, which is for marksmen. At 11 to 15 you get name tag, another 25 XP booster, designed designated owner, some intel, and a cool logo. At tier 16 to 20 you get the extra prep, 100 funds, description tag, damage control, and XP booster. At 21 to 25 you get some intel, 2 genuines being the sector protector and the scimitar claw, but more or less it's just a karambit, but whatever. At the string of fire and the long draw. At the 26 to 30 you get you guessed it, you get like 2 things. You get some funds, a name tag, the fox, no, not like the F-bomb, I'm talking about like the Guy Fox mask that Wu-Chang uses, some intel and 25 XP boost. Genuine backup, then at these 2 you get and then at those 31 to 35 you get the genuine backup, the genuine blood money, the genuine raid, the strings of fire and 100 funds, and then the grand prize. 36 is this is that, you get a backpack upgrade, and to this you get one of this, and at level 50 or 40 you get the strange titanium shotgun. And of course there's one extra one, but that one doesn't count because, reasoning. So we're gonna showcase the reskin I have. Now, there is some other the new other things I introduced were some reskin names. I need one domination. Now the titanium, I have no clue who obtained it yet, but I do know for a fact and a half that it is really good. Now, strangely, it's actually the third titanium in the series. I would call this trinity of titanium, with the other ones being the spirit and the shovel, which is titaniums. There's also a new map, Sawmill. Wait, Sawmill? Now, you also may have noticed is that this entire map is an actual map in the game. What's specific? Well, it's, what do you think it is? Go on, try and figure it out. There's also the intel, which is what this is for. Now for 50 Robux, for 50 Robux, you get pocket room, then auto roll, then a chunk of change, then overtime check, then double zero, type things account, not to buy filler, lotto winnings, and hedge fund. Why is it in the... Also, it costs less. I'm not going to pay 50 quid just to get a silly item. So, I'll just show off the reskin I have. Now, I named it Chicago because it's basically just a Chicago blaster if you think about it for more than a second. It basically is. It even has 2 variations, where instead of on full stock, it's this one, an extended stock, which is pretty cool. There's also a different contract system. There's daily, weekly, and seasonal. Seasonal is good because that way, you get money, and what you use the money, well, you get more money. Yeah, it's cool. There's also some new maps, which I can't play because the lobbies are filled. So I I have to either go to a private server or get lucky and find an empty one. So this is Purvey. This one is a bit weird, as I like to call it one-sided. Why? Simple. For some reason, the site always seems to be a lot in favor to red over, green. Sometimes, that is, I think. Now, the cool part about this is that I actually know this map pretty well. It looks cool, to be honest. Albeit it is just pushing EMP cart to the finish line and see if you win type of thing. It's cool, okay? It's awesome. Now, the map itself is ginormous. I like to call it the largest map in the entire TC2 game. That is if you decide to count the open maps, but those ones don't count because they're open. What do you think? Now, some contracts are brutal. Now, some require specific things. These include, but not limited to, and I mean limited to, I mean very specifically, you have to get 100 kills you need to get 10 kills in one life of agent, which seems easy until you realize that, it's 50 billion% harder and 98% easy. Like 5 billion and 1% easy. Because the killing is easy. That's the hard part. Trying to do it. Now, some contracts are stupendous easy. I can actually do all the flanker ones pretty well. And yes, there's a new thing. Now I'm going to go back in here and look at this. I'm the third flanker. They increased the entire thing. There's also a new crate because why would that be? New particles, some new emotes, some new maps, like the one I'm showing, Deadfall Ridge, Double Port Table Remake, the new crate, the Executive. Wait a minute! Is that a... Wait, that's just a reference to someone... Wait. Oh yeah, by the way, the Executive is based off of Dr. Botnick, or Eggman, if you know him. Or Cool Kid from Forsaken. Wait, no, not Cool Kid from Forsaken. That. For those who don't get that joke, it's a reference to how a lot of this is different. Oh yeah, this is the only map with a different car. So instead of a bomb, it's an EMP. Again, unique. Now, this daily point, now, you also may have noticed a little while I've been playing a bit specific. Well, yeah, what do you think I'm doing? Trying to play terribly? Hell no, bro. You need to find train tracks. This is pretty cool. I actually think this map deserves to be good. Albeit, this one is actually going to be in favor of the enemy team because face it and, but why would I need to say it? Now, there's also the Medibon. Go figure. Now, the Medibon itself now makes it so you get to look at it twice. There's also the unpaid time off cosmetic, which is pretty cool, but, I mean, well, what do you expect? But you can also make the Easter Bunny because of the mask and the ears. And because of the fact that each bunny has an ears. Wait, no, hares don't have them. Wait, so do they? I don't think they did. Did they? I don't know. Now, this update itself is overall going to get a 10 out of 10 because it's good, but there's some bugs that stop it from doing the 10 out of 10 I said it. But there's a bug for some reason where it would show where the hit registration sometimes wouldn't work. Yes, that's an actual bug. I know it's not Forsaken, it's Roblox. Stop trying to think I'm a Forsaken kid. Other ones also include but not limited to some quest being bugged. Hit the tutorial notes showing even though you have it off. Yes, that's an actual bug. I don't know why they haven't patched it yet. Seriously, devs, please patch it. I need it. I need it patched before midnight. Some other even weirdo, stranger, totally not wacky, goofy, zany, comic relief characters. There are some new emotes like On God, the comic relief, so that way you get to become goofy comic relief characters that say wacky and zany phrases. Don't worry, that joke was stolen, but, stealing a joke is like steal a brain rot. Okay, not actually, but the hack is like, I mean, at the same time, it's kind of like, Balatro in a sense, that one is like the joke of the hack. Now, this map itself, I would call the one-sided random. On one hand, it could give all the pro players the best team, and other times it gives the noobs the worst team. That's basically requiring specific things. I would say this map would be good, but there are some other problems I find with this map that prevent it from being peak, such as that. Also, they shouldn't really make it so if you put all the contracts in one day, complete the contract of the same class in one day, you get like plus 20 XP, a multiplier on your XP in the battle pass. That's basically preventing. Now, you can also buy respins as well for intelligence. You can even buy discontinued hats, which is cool. Oh, and did I mention for a split second I want to mention, you can even buy stuff. Now, I know this seems weird, but there's also some that require specific things. I don't know why, but whatever. Now, this is an EMP, which is the first non-bomb in the game. Okay, well, EMPs are technically bombs, but whatever. A bomb, an EMP, a frag grenade, a nuke. Yeah, you get the idea. They're the same thing, except with a different coat of paint. But there's some other things that also get introduced. These include a lot of other things. Some new maps, some new emotes, some bug fixes. Just kidding, that was a lie. The vaults, titanium, and everything. That was the recap. But now, we even got cool. You see, a lot of the rewards we have are pretty cool. Middling and sometimes mid. Oh, and by the way, if you don't know, Huh? What? What? Now, another problem I found is with the vote kick. Wanna know what? Basically, for some reason, it won't work. Yeah, that's an actual bug. Basically, what happened was that there was a bug where, for some reason, vote kick wouldn't work. I don't know why, but, this game is about is it, 10 years old, so give it some rest someday, maybe. Now, you may think I'm gonna save up all... Yeah. Now, here's the funny part, which is funny. Now, the other noble thing about this update is the fact this one introduced the greatest tech of all time. The great not Inferno, one of my J-Playlists, an Eco-Bully, no. Now, this update itself would be pretty good. It has some good stuff, weapons and cool things and even free stuff. But I really wish they didn't release it in the exact same day as Grow a Garden. Yep, they released the update during Grow a Garden. This update. For those who want to know, basically Grow a Garden released from Grow a Garden released with Albert and Jangle abuse. And to put it simply, what happened, shite went bananas. It basically calls the path into crap. Yep. Now, some other big problems I find with some maps also include certain things such as one-sided maps, and sometimes even maps, where they, are actually fair and not borderline forsaken. Get the joke? Because Forsaken itself is pretty simple to play. Yeah, whatever. So, is the update worth playing? I mean, if you